Angry guy here, and women are struggling to find their Prince Charming as password bros leave. Women are struggling to find their Prince Charming as password bros leave. It's no surprise that women are going through this stage right now, especially women who are now in their 30s and their sexual marketplace value has diminished. Women are struggling and they're struggling hard. And the writing has been on the wall for a long time, but they've refused to pay attention to it. Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
Of a second glass of wine because he was being a little ass problematic mother. And I literally said, hey, I'm straight up not having a good time right now. You are really pretentious and I'm gonna go. And I got my purse, I got my jacket, and I left. We're 30.
It's just absolutely crazy, the behavior of these women. I mean, their expectations are so through the roof. They expect that men will provide everything for them, and they also believe that men will take everything and anything from them. They don't believe that men can ever or should ever have standards, and that's what's really hurting them right now. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and listen to the next video.
And yet they can't even stop cussing for 25 seconds. It's craziness.
And I got my purse, I got my jacket, and I left.
When you first meet your husband and you literally laugh at anything he says, like he could say the dumbest shit and you will fall off your chair at the restaurant laughing. And then you're 7 years in, married, and you just look at him like, what the hell is inside your brain? Like, what is your brain made of? He left tissue inside one of the trouser pockets and put it in the wash, and now all of the laundry is covered in fluff. And his suggestion was, we'll just sellotape it. We'll just sellotape, lift the fluff off. Also, that was in response to me saying, this fluff is not coming off. This is such a long job. And he decides, to say so.
I'm just going to mute this until she finishes talking. But my response to clips like this is, nobody cares. Keep your dating woes to yourself. It amazes me, guys, you'll have girls say, why don't men open up to us? Why don't men communicate with us? Why are men not willing to be vulnerable? And then you have girls like this who will literally just jump on TikTok ranting about even the most small things that nobody cares about at all. And then they wonder why dudes don't want to date them. Imagine when serious things come along, guys. Do you think that women like this are not posting all of that crap online trying to get sympathy from strangers?
It's so interesting how women operate today. I remember reading an article years back where a woman was literally crying her eyes out because she couldn't get her husband to remember to wash the bathtub. And it was absolutely crazy. And this is a guy who was working, he was providing for her, he was a very loyal man. The smallest thing would piss her off. And it's like nothing could make these women nothing could make them happy. Because first off, you have to remember that they don't do domestic labor. Domestic labor is something that they don't do. They're against it. They feel, but it's so men. If a man wants something done, he has to do it himself. It's his job to provide for her, protect her, and do all his other manly duties, and also take care of himself. And then be criticized if something falls out of line. She'll just blame him for it. And that's not a relationship. This is the reason why women can never be happy in such a relationship, because they'll always find something to pick at the man about. And then once she finally gets irritable enough, she'll go and use that as a reason to hook up with Chad and Tyrone. And then she'll say that you didn't pay enough attention to me, or you're just overwhelming me in the marriage. You treated me like your mother when you should have been treating me like your wife. We both did this. We made this mistake, but you had a large role to play in it. And I tried to communicate with you. I tried, but you would not open up to me. And you'll say, listen, when women don't talk about other women, we're talking about us, all right? Other women are not our relationship. Our relationship is us. That's deflecting, all right? That's deflecting. And immediately she's turned the entire thing back on you, and it's all your fault, because women do not Women do not take responsibility and accountability for anything. That's something left for men. Men will always be responsible for everything and anything. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel if you already haven't. Turn on notifications so you don't miss another video again. And like the video, because that tells YouTube you want to see more of my videos, and they'll show you more of my videos. Also, if you want to help me to make more content, please drop some cash via Cash App or PayPal or Venmo, as it helps to help the channel grow. And I reinvested into the channel. You can find the links in the description of the video. Guys, modern women have literally nothing to offer men today, and they take everything. They want our attention, they want our time, they want our money. ATM, all right? And in return, what do they give us? Baggage. Let's jump back into the video.
They absolutely are. Let's go to the next clip here. What's this one?
Here's something I think a lot of women need to hear from time to time. If a guy is constantly telling you and reminding you or coming up with ways to explain to you what a great guy they are, run. Run. Good people don't try to convince people that they're good. They're just good. They don't need to do any convincing. Their actions speak louder than words. So if a guy is sitting there trying to convince you that he's a good guy, run. I should have. So,
you know, guys, for once, over like the many episodes that I've done on TikToks like this, I actually agree with this woman in the clip. Okay, because I actually say this quite a lot on the channel as well, guys. A lot of women will jump on here and they'll say, well, I'm such a good person, I'm so empathetic, I'm so caring, I'm a fantastic person. Meanwhile, they can't keep around a man. Okay, but they say all these things, and my point is always that, well, you know, good people, in my opinion, guys, don't need to sit there and tell you that they're good.
I do agree with this. I actually do. I was gonna say, well, there are some good guys out there, and if a guy says, I'm a generally around nice guy. You know, I try to be kind and do I think that's fine. But if a guy sits there, if a person is sitting there and just trying to tell you all the reasons why they're good, like for example, I heard there's this chick that would literally said to me, I donate, I donate, and I volunteer, I give to, I work with the homeless. I'm just exaggerating a little, but she was like, I volunteer, I'm a good person, bro. You're listening. You think because you volunteer, you're a good person? Like, that was like so sad. That was like, I'm sad for you. I am so sad for you that you need to say that because you volunteer, you are a good person. People don't volunteer to say that they're good people. People volunteer because they like volunteering. Volunteering. When you are volunteering, you're actually getting a lot out of it. You're learning skills, you're interacting with others. Volunteering is pretty darn incredible. There are people who literally make an entire career out of volunteering, okay? So to sit there and act like you are Saint Mary because you volunteer. People who volunteer and truly enjoy volunteering don't say, I volunteer, all right? Sometimes if they're talking to a friend and they're having a friend that has a problem, and they'll say, hey, why don't you try volunteering? I do it. I love it. I get to meet people. I get to help. I get to do this and this. I get to learn new skills. And, I get to go new places. There's a lot of things that you get to experience as a result of volunteering. It's true. But these types of people, oh my gosh, I'm a good person for these reasons. I really don't like those people.
So I actually agree with this woman. The funny part about clips like this, guys, though, is these girls who are like 30 plus, they treat it as though it's some sort of like sacred knowledge that is just like, these girls, they date dudes for like literally over a decade who say the same crap, and then they get to 30 plus years of age and they're like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that these guys are not good guys even if they say that they are? It's like, no, obviously not. It's crazy. Jump into this next clip here. I believe this was the woman who was saying that she needs to get married earlier than she would like, or her timeline is not adding up. Let's take a listen.
If I want to have at least two kids before 30, then it means I need to be married by like 26, 25. But if I want to be dating for like 2 years, that puts me back to 23. But if I want to meet the person first start a friendship and then go into dating. That needs to take a year. So that brings me back to 22. And then if I wanted to have some early years where I'm single, living it up, that brings me back a couple years there. So basically,
it always crosses my mind, guys, that like, you know, you'll see girls who they'll say, well, I want to have a few years and live it up and do whatever the hell I want. And then they expect men to marry them after the fact.
It's like they have these high body counts. They go and like get these high body counts, and then they're like, "Okay, Prince Charming, come and get me now. I'm ready for you." Like, what? Sis, like, bro, I don't want that. You know, Chad had it, Tyrone had it, Pookie had it, Ray Ray had it, Brad had it. I'm not about that. I don't want to have it. All right, I don't want to have it. You know, I'm telling y'all, like we are. Someone literally said it. We are currently in the rapture, and I could not agree more with them. And this is why women are struggling to find their Prince Charming as passport bros are leaving. All right, guys, let me know what you think about all of this. What you think regarding everything we discussed here today. You know what I think, but I want to know what you think. And if you guys support the channel, I want to help to support the channel further. Drop some cash via Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. All the links in the description of the video. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.